What's up, everybody? It's the one and only Brotherhood Healing, and today I'm going to tell you how to build emotional intelligence in your 20s or before you even reach 20 for anyone who's young and starting to come up. Um, I would say the best way to do it is through self awareness. And so, I, if I'm being transparent, I honestly don't know the real meaning of self-awareness, but I mean, it's not a very hard thing. I don't know the true definition, but I have a general understanding of it. And at least for me, self-awareness just means that you're able to essentially understand your own emotions, your own strengths, your own weaknesses, your limits, and how to surpass them. And I would say the number one way to build your self awareness is to have full transparency with yourself. I feel as though people don't allow themselves to feel certain emotions, myself included. And this ultimately tends to cloud up your judgment because you're having problems and issues that are still sitting within the back of your subconscious mind, but your conscious mind, they're not working together. And so it's like, for example, someone makes you mad and you're just like, oh, I gotta get happy. I can't get mad. Why am I mad? I gotta get happy. Instead of telling yourself you gotta get happy, you have to ask yourself why you even got upset in the first place. The best way to build self awareness is to ask yourself questions. And sometimes you really won't have an answer in that moment because the emotion still sits there. But when you ask yourself questions, it gives your mind, it's puts your mind into a different state. It's like you're almost having to dig deep into the reason why. And then it's almost like a can of worms, like you're ultimately unraveling the things that sit within the back of your mind. And it's a beautiful thing, honestly. Because now, once you're able to have your self awareness, you're able to better manage your emotions, better manage your stress, and then ultimately understand other people. And it's really a beneficial thing at the end of the day. I remember when would say like I first started becoming self-aware, and honestly I'm kind of embarrassed to say it, but like I really wasn't self-aware until I was 20. I mean, I've I mean, like I said, you have awareness to a degree, but I would say when I was 20, that's when it ultimately peaked. Well, not peaked, but that's when it ultimately started growing. So, like I said, I remember one time I was just watching this TikTok and it was this video, this weird trend, and I was just I was just like, I remember I said, man, this shit is so damn stupid. But then I had to pause and then I asked myself, why do you think it's stupid? I swear, and then when I asked myself, it was like, damn. It's like, did you ask me a question? Who what? And then it's just like, well, damn, my mom was like, we ain't never done this before. We ain't never done this. What you doing? But if you must know, is da 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 da. And I'm just like, oh wow. So is it that we really? And then it was just like I almost started going even deeper. Like, well, do we really hate the video, or are we kind of jealous that some stupid shit will blow up and you're making authentic shit and not really going, not really growing. And then it's just like, damn, maybe it could be a little bit of jealousy. And it's just like, damn. And then it starts like, well, why am I jealous? And then it's just like, oh, well, it's because you're this, 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 and this. And then it's like, dang, well, why am I this, this, and this? And then you're just like, well, you're da 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 da. And it's just, it's really a big, huge domino effect. So, like I said, ask yourself questions. Whenever you feel yourself getting angry at somebody, or you feel like you're getting ready to lash out, or even when you're in in positive outcomes, when you're having a good time, just ask yourself, what about this makes me feel good? Or what 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 in particular about this is good? Is Have I ever had any memories of this being good or enjoyable? Or does this experience help me? How does this experience help me feel better? And then when you figure out the core idea of what it is that makes you happy, then it's almost like you're better able to put yourself in a better mood quicker. Because most of the time, and it's something that I learned from this one dude on YouTube. He passed away. Shout out to Brother Panic. Um, he really was one of the coolest dudes I've seen on here, and he pretty much said that our mind is ruled by trauma, repetition, and symbols. So most of the time, people think that they need to go out to Yoruba or go to Cancun or go to Bahamas to be happy. But, or some people, they think that buying a new game makes them happy. But I feel as though no one has ever really sat down and asked themselves, what about this makes me happy? I feel as though everyone just does and no one ever questions. People are good with responses, but they're never good with questioning. Like, you can give yourself a response, but it's a lot harder to question yourself because it's just like you think that you have it all figured out, and society paints this image that we all have it figured out. In reality, we're all still learning and we all have a lot of growing to do. And growth is in every stage of life, in my personal opinion, because you have to adjust to being a new age. Like, when you're 40, you have to figure out what are some things that I can't do no more now that I'm 40, and what are some things I can do. And not to say that you can't do anything, but it's rather just being prepared, or how has this transition of age affected me mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. And then it's just moving in that and asking yourself, how does it feel being this way, or being at this new transition of age? Or, like you said, and at the end of the day, it's nothing more than a mindset thing. Like, it's almost like self-awareness is like a fraction. You have to break everything down to its simplest terms. So that way you can get yourself into a better mood faster, help others get into a better mood faster, and then overall have a pleasurable experience. And so I would say that concludes today's video. Um, if you like what I've been talking, please feel free to hit that subscribe button. Like, share, subscribe, everything, do all that. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing y'all in the next video. Stay up, stay woke. Stay healthy and remember, health is wealth. And the key to the self awareness is questioning yourself.